Welcome back to another edition of Jive Time Turkeys. We've been gone for a minute, summertime life, we getting up there in age, but we back. So on this welcome back episode, I'm joined by
What's good, everybody? Sideline guy still sidelining. You know, go Buffalo. That's all I can say. Go Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And I guess
Oh, what's up, everybody? Star Life Daniels, Jay Cuz cousin. Hell,
Indeed,
yeah.
indeed. So we'll go ahead. We got a quick three and out on this one. We'll start with the home team. We recording from the DC area. And some I was reminded by watching that game on Monday night is the public remembers the standalone games. So Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, right? Those are the games where there are no other games on. You ain't watching nothing else. So if you're a quarterback who does well, your stock rises. And if you're a quarterback who does bad, you can't really beat that. Case in point, Kirk Cousins is like 0-6 on Monday night across like two different teams. Or one is he doesn't have a winning record on Monday night.
No, he doesn't have a win, but he has a win. I think he does have a win in Minnesota. Minnesota.
But for a long time he was
He
an
played against.
offer.
I forgot he's on his third team now. Yeah.
So like and that comes up when like, oh, big game Kirk. Oh, he ain't gonna be. So for me watching that, like all I'll say is I like Victory Mondays in the city, and I hope, you know, they teach him to slide. He had a good slide that I saw on Monday night, like a real baseball slide, but they keep him healthy, man. Like the first couple weeks, him and Terry McLaurin wasn't really clicking. Monday, they got that thing going, like, and that I the best play for the entire team that I saw was the third down touchdown pass to ice the game. And for me, that for a team, one, as a coaching staff, you don't call that play unless like, yo, you believe you got the guy. You don't even call that play. Two, you don't throw it unless you like because he got hit that play. Like it wasn't a clean pocket. Like you just had to put that thing up there and like, all right, I'm gonna put this to a spot and I'm gonna trust that he will go get it. So, yeah, I might have got something with that guy. Yeah, I might have got something. I'm anxious to hear your thoughts.
Ain't no Mike. It's the crown him. You want to crown him? Crown him. you know. I for game three, it's been we've seen a progression each game. Um, I think for the whole offense, for the team, because I even think the defense has gotten better in those three games. I haven't gotten a lot better, but enough. I mean, enough to see some type of progress. I mean, we just got to keep going. We've been here before. In 2012, I think it's different now because I think he's a different quarterback than RG3. Um, I think he's better in the pocket. He's more polished as a passer, as a pocket passer. Um, but he's not afraid to use his feet. They're not afraid to call plays for him to use his feet. And he has he has that wiggle. I'm not too the hits. I don't really care. I'm not saying I don't care about the hits, but I mean he's a football player. I mean you can see it. He's gonna take the hits, even with the slide. He gets down. I mean he don't take big hits, but the hits that he has taken is like, okay, let's keep going. So it's a progression, and we just gotta keep building on it. But it is fun. Monday night was fun. I mean, I'm not one of those fans. I find entertainment in every game, even if we get our head kicked in. Last year was fun with Sam Howell, but it's like let's just keep going. I'm not saying Super Bowl. I'm not saying playoffs, but getting better with each game, with each snap. You know, so.
One thing I will say that's definitely different than 2012 is there's no chance that anyone wants Sam Howell to be the starter. And I contend that was the single biggest reason that started the downfall for RG3.
Oh,
It
Sam
made
Howell's
him come
gone.
back early.
There's nobody behind
Yeah,
Nick
there's
Foles.
nobody behind him. Like, that's his job. And I think for a young quarterback, that is important. Like, yo, you can play through the mistakes. Um, and he knows that. So I think that is a good thing. But yeah, it was, like you said, it was fun, even though, like you mentioned, the defense. I'm glad he scored, because had he not scored, they was giving up a touchdown. Your defense was definitely giving up 7 more to the Bengals. So
Is that line for real? The line's good? Just make sure.
you said the line? I mean, the line is decent. Like, the line is not, it's not terrible. Like, he's not always running for his life. Um, but like, they get against the right defensive coordinator who can, draw up some good blitzes and some things, like they could be had. But it's not like who's somebody. It's not like Chicago
I mean, I think
where
I think they faced 3 good defenses, three defensive coordinators that like to bring pressure, and he's beating the pressure each time. I mean, just the line has played good, actually. I mean, for what they asked them to do, because we're not talking about the running game either. The running game has been clicking, so it's
Ravens got,
like they
How long
built.
Eckler out?
I think just this week. And
They should
I
say for
think
this.
just this
Yeah.
week, and only because they flew straight from Cincinnati to Arizona. Like, I think had they played that game at home, he probably at least makes the trip. But because they flew straight, they didn't come back to DC. It's like, we need to go check you out, make sure. So you just go ahead. And it's a short week, like short week plus a flight. So before we move off to Commanders, we got a special guest wanting to join in. So, sir, you can take yourself off mute, introduce yourself, and give your take on the Commanders thus far this season.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up, man?
Hey,
Hi,
what's up?
Hayden.
What's up, Dre? It's too soon. It's too soon. Like it's crazy to hear how excited these fans are getting right now with the smallest movement of the needle. And just for a bit of history, I grew up a Redskins fan. I don't know about this Commander stuff. I grew up a Redskins fan. My
Real quick, one
family.
second, sir. Hold on one second, sir. What's your name, brother? What's your name? What they call you? What's your name?
Okay, hey, peace. Kareem the Machine. Okay, and I grew up in DC. My family grew up Redskins fans. I love the Redskins. This was a time where Washington DC didn't have a lot of Cowboys fans. So it, I've seen this. I've seen this movie before. Where the team looked good 2-3 weeks in. Oh, I'm not even gonna say good. They look okay 2-3 weeks in, and because they've sucked for so long, you need anything to reach for to be excited. Just calm down. That's all I want to say. Just calm down, please. Let's be week 8, week 9, week 10, and you done seen a month or two of dominance. Then you can be excited. Until then, I'm just like, just chill, please, just chill.
So I don't know who your team is now, but
I don't have one.
Right.
After Daniel Snyder bought the Redskins, I gave up on him. I just that North when they started bringing in coaches from the Cowboys, I knew that wasn't traditional Redskin activity behavior. I just couldn't support the team. We just kept bringing in their players, their old coaches, and then Dan Quinn. This got that same stench on it, and granted, Dan Quinn potential. I mean, I think he's a decent coach and a good coordinator. So I'm not trying to belittle him, but they said the same thing about North Turner, but it's a little different now. It's a little bit different now. But I don't have a team anymore. I gave up.
okay.
If I can't support the Commanders, I can't support no home team.
He roots for
that's
the
fine. So
Hampton
I'm from
Pirates.
DC.
I want to put that out there.
You said I
You
wrote for
said what?
who?
He roots for the Hampton Pirates. I just wanted to put that out there.
Hey, shout out to the real HU. Shout
Let's
out to
make
the
that
real
known.
HU.
Let's make that
I'm
known.
going back on mute. Going back on mute. Y'all
Shout
have
out
it.
to the real HU.
So I'm from DC as well, but I root for the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
So I
Boo.
always say, like, as I just said, victory Mondays in the city. Good thing. I hope they go 14, 15, and 2 every year.
Right.
That's fine. The city's totally different when they win. What I will say is you are correct, but I understand why people are excited. Right? If you look at let's look at the NFC East before you even get to the league. They now have a quarterback that can go toe to toe, like, or they think can go toe to toe with Philly and Dallas. They already believe that he's better than the Giants. Cool, we better than the Giants now. So in their little rivalry thing, they now feel they can go toe to toe. And we've seen the Commanders beat Dallas, beat these teams with lesser quarterbacks. So it's a hope thing because they look up I-95 and they see the Ravens got Lamar Jackson. And cool, Lamar ain't been to the Super Bowl. That's cool. That's a different discussion. But for a Commanders fan, they looking at that like, yeah, we'll take that. We will take getting to the playoffs every year. We'll take getting to the second round because they haven't done that since shit. When have they been to the second round? 08?
Nah, they didn't go to the second round. I don't think they lost to Tampa with Heineke. And when did they go to the playoffs before that? They had Seattle with Russell Wilson and I think Collins Rogers dropped a potential pick six that could have won them the game.
No. That game, that was the second round. They beat Tampa. And then went to in 2005, Sean Taylor's last year.
Okay.
Last year before he passed. Yeah, they beat Tampa. And they went to playoffs the next year after that. Year that he did pass. But anyways.
How do you get excited? How do you get excited though?
How can you not get excited? Did you watch the game on Monday?
Hold on.
Wait.
Y'all started off 2-0 last year.
That's beside the point. They didn't start off 2-0 this year.
We saw RG3 take the league by storm
in 2012. Now I understand you're not a Commanders fan for your reason, and Fonz is a Cowboys fan. So I have to find some type of negativity to say. You have to. Hold on. I'd be surprised if you didn't. I'd be like, what's going on? I'll check your temperature if you did. Pump the brakes. But you can't tell people not to be excited. You saw the man play. I mean, like, come on. Like, you can't stop people from being excited. Nobody's talking Super Bowl. Nobody's talking playoffs.
Yes, they are. Yes,
and if they are, those are the fanatics that make up the fans. You understand what I'm saying? But real football people, you see that the kid is something special. Like we can't. That's undeniable. He can play quarterback. He can play. Come on. We had conversation in the offseason about who they should draft. We both said Jake Hus. We both said it. We said it. So yeah.
I was a fan of trading back personally, but
you always are.
You stockpile draft picks. Draft picks. Hey, look,
how do you win in the league?
Hold on. I'm gonna let you know a secret that a lot of GMs and people don't know. A good quarterback comes out every year in the draft.
Yeah,
you could have got Brock Purdy in the end of the draft.
You take Brock Purdy off the Niners and you put him on any other team, he's not the same.
No. I'm not disagreeing with that. The point is you get competent coaching first, and they can coach up lesser talent. You don't have to reach for first round quarterbacks. You don't have to reach for quarterbacks and trade 3 or 4 picks to get them.
Well,
a good coach and offensive coordinator can coach up lesser talent.
No, they were the second worst team in the league last year. They didn't trade anything to get him. He fell into their laps.
Hold on,
like we were talking about Chase Young. They should have drafted Justin Herbert, right? Or they should have drafted Tua. Right?
They should have traded back.
They should have traded back that year.
Yeah, and I said that, and everybody thought I was crazy. Talking about you don't miss on Chase Young.
But this wasn't the year.
I was going to say drafted Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I would say the Herbert too. But even coming out, people were kind of skeptical on Herbert that year.
Fine, people always like
Yeah.
there's very rarely a true can't miss prospect. Even Caleb Williams this past year, there were people who were like, I might take Jason Daniels one. I might take Drake May one. So there's very rarely like Andrew Luck might have been one, but there's very rarely of like a very consensus, oh, he's the number one. And for me, you take Justin Herbert there. Now you can trade back in this draft that has more linemen rather than being stuck. Because the thing of it is, for me, you get the quarterback on the rookie deal and then you build around him and you have 5 years. If you think he's the guy, you have 5 years or 4 years to build up. And then you technically five because you can decide when the extension kicks in.
Right.
And so then you have the cap room rather than, okay, I'm going to build all these other pieces because then you end up having to pay more people if you trade back and get the quarterback, unless like the Niners are about to have a problem because they got to
If I
pay
may,
Purdy.
if I may. So Kareem, I get what you're saying. That's to me it sounds like that's football in a perfect football world. If you factor in though capitalism, DC marketing, you can't afford to do the trade back when there's somebody sitting there that the fans will be like, yo, we got to do it. Or how about I put this towards the question? How much do you think they have to weigh strategically, fall back, give up draft picks, do the sound logic thing, or we got to put somebody that the fans going to want to see to. If you already know how the fan is going to be, if we have they have a 2-game win streak, you got to feed that frenzy. How much do you think you have to weigh those pros and cons as a DC based fan? You can do that in New England, Washington, New York, LA to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think how much the market plays into the fact they got to do that strategy different?
You gotta trust the process, right? And I think for
Oh,
20,
I mean, respectfully, brother, DC.
hold on,
Yeah,
no. Hear me out,
Okay.
because Washington fans are just as bad as Dallas fans. They have unrealistic expectations every year, and I think that at a certain point, you got to bring in a competent head coach. When is the last time Washington has done that? You got to have competent front office organization and say, listen, we have a process, a plan in place. Just trust us. Like, we're not reaching for no players. We're going to build our team from the inside out. We're going to get offensive linemen. We're going to get defensive linemen. So when we do get a quarterback, we can protect them. When we do have a offense, we can put a competent defense on the other side of the field. Right now, we're going to trade 3 picks to go get RG3, and then where does that leave you?
Why you talking about RG3? We
No,
talking about Jaden
because
Daniels. It is 2024. That was 12 years ago.
Hold on. But no. Because here's the thing: Washington did not need to draft Chase Young. They listened to the fans, and any team that listens to the fans, any team that drafts based on fanfare and popular opinion never wins. They
We
never
hear
win.
that.
They
We
never
hear
win.
that.
That wasn't the fans. That was Daniel Snyder.
No.
That was his last
That was
fanboy.
the
That was Dan Snyder.
that was
It
the
was Dan
fan.
Snyder. He listened to his son. That was Dan Snyder. That was
That was Dan
What
Snyder.
about all right?
That was the master. Some Damascus.
I'll give you Dan Snyder for that, even though I know it was the fans. Dwayne Haskins was Dan Snyder, not
That was Dan
Chase
Snyder
Young.
too.
Not Chase Young.
I think they both.
It was
But
both.
Chase Young, everybody thought that was a can't miss. But that process that you're talking about is in progress right now.
Is
They're
it?
doing it.
Is
You
it?
have a competent coach. By all metrics, it seems that he's competent. You have a front office man, Adam Peters, that came from a winning organization. And they started by his first draft pick was that generational talent that you need at quarterback. You got to have a quarterback to win in the league, right? The team is being built. They're building the team. They're in the process of team building. It's not going to happen just this year. I mean, they
got to have Patrick Mahomes to win the Super Bowl.
So that I was just about to say the league got skewed because Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls and he was the last pick of the draft. But you take Tom Brady out, the majority of teams that win have like high draft picks or first round picks.
That is not accurate at all. They went back and I believe it was Colin Cowherd that broke down the statistics on it. Like number 1 quarterbacks in the league or even first round picks do not have like resounding success. When is the last time outside of Mahomes a first round quarterback won the Super Bowl?
So
Would have been Wentz if he
wait,
didn't
wait,
get
wait,
hurt.
wait. Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford.
Matt
Number one pick.
Stafford. Matt Stafford. And how long did it take him? He had to go to a whole new team.
So I was
Get on
just
a good
about to
team.
ask you, outside of when Brady won 7, Mahomes has won 4. Like
Mahomes at 3.
Eli.
13 of the 67 quarterbacks who won the Super Bowl were top picks in the respective. Hold on, that's not what I wanted to get. Sorry, keep going.
But Eli's on that
won
list.
2.
Eli and Peyton.
But how long ago was that? Right?
I mean, but again, you were taking out
Because
Mahomes and Brady.
go back and look at all the first round quarterbacks in the last 10 years. How many of them have even made the playoffs?
None. I don't know about the playoffs, but as far as the Super
Wait, the
Bowl,
last 10 years?
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
last 10 years.
I mean, you could
So-
put Jalen Hurts in there, right? He was a second round pick, or he was
Second round pick. Again, my point was that you don't have to
So,
reach. Like if you have an offensive line,
there's some years that have been terrible. Like I think it's the 2020 year that might be terrible for quarterbacks. Whatever the Sam Darnold year is, that's a terrible one. The Zach Wilson year.
hold on,
So
Sam Darnold.
recently-
Sam Darnold. Oh, okay. He competent quarterback, bad situation. Bad
No,
situation.
I'm just saying because I think that year was also Josh Rosen. So, like, to your point, recently, like, yeah, it's been some dud years, like not just dud quarterbacks, like dud years. So, to your point, yes, that part is correct. But over time, they're all quarterbacks taken in the first round are not reaches. Now there are reaches, yes, but all of them are not reaches.
Let me ask you this. Justin Herbert, slam dunk.
You said
I
what
think-
question?
Justin
I
Herbert.
think-
Is that a slam dunk?
I think if so, maybe because I don't know how much damage Brandon Staley did to him. I think if he gets John Harbaugh as his coach from a rookie, he's in a totally different situation.
Completely different situation, right? Right.
Different.
If I'm reading the stat correctly, 30 round one QBs have gone to the Super Bowl. That's a big number. 30.
Possible. I don't think that's accurate though. I mean, but the league has been around what, 70 years?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they were
It's
saying
been
60.
60. How many Super Bowls?
It's been
61.
50. Oh, are we at 60? I thought he was like 57, 58.
59. I think it's 59. I think this year's 59.
My bad.
Josh Allen. They talk about him all the time. Is he a slam dunk?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this year solidifies he's a
All
slam
right,
dunk.
first round pick. Stroud, CJ Stroud, slam dunk.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm tying slam dunk to that because
Okay.
yeah.
So I named 2 that potentially were slam dunks, but now you got Bryce Young, who they're giving up on.
Yeah, and he's another one wrong situation. Like
It's always wrong situation for me more than anything.
but-
It's always wrong situation more than it is that these players can't play.
yeah, I think for him though, like his height might have like we might have gotten blinded by the Alabama machine because like he's unusually small.
That kid can
I
play.
didn't really
He can play.
recognize. No, I know he can play, but
In college.
he might have benefited from what you're saying of not being the number one pick of the draft. I think he's looked at completely different if he's the first pick of the second round or the last pick of the first round.
Who
Because
you
he's
say, Jordan Love to slam dunk?
yes.
I put Love in there.
I wouldn't say slam dunk, but he's looking legit. I think he's looking legit.
So you take him over CJ Stroud.
Ooh.
No.
But
No.
you didn't
Real
give
quick.
Stroud that same praise.
No, I think CJ Stroud is legit. I see how he processes things. I see that he minimizes turnovers, doesn't do a lot of that Brett Favre, what I call risky ball. he don't throw the ball like Dre. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I'm just messing with you.
Oh, that's all good. It's
I'm
factual.
just
It's
messing
factual.
with you.
It's factual.
I'm just messing
Um,
with you because we go back. We go back. But I like Josh Allen, but to me, I don't think he is. He plays Super Bowl winning ball, in my opinion.
You don't think he does?
I don't think he does.
All right, so real quick. So Kareem, your stance is that you don't even have to take a first round quarterback to get to the promised land. All right, so I'm gonna go back to Elway's year when he went to the Super Bowl because he's a first round pick overall, obviously. So it's 98 to the present. These are quarterbacks that made it to the Super Bowl. Elway,
Chandler.
McNair, Dilfer,
Mm-hmm.
Kerry Collins,
Mm-hmm.
McNabb, Roethlisberger, Manning, Grossman, other Manning, Roethlisberger again, Manning again, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco, Manning, Matt Ryan, Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Stafford, Joe Burrow. So your Mannings throw off the skew it off. Your Burrow, your Mahomes throws it off. Elway. So like it's only a cluster of them.
But
Most
out
of
of
them that
those,
go to the first round. A lot of them, and if you go through the history, a lot of the Super Bowl quarterbacks are first round pick though.
go through that list though, right? And how many of them are the number one picks, right? Because when you, out of that first round, you're naming people that made it but not actually won. That's one part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other part is how many of those guys were actually number one overall picks? Because
Right,
you could be a Mahomes that was,
We talking about number one.
Yeah, number one.
Okay, let's do number one. So you got Joe Burrow. That's been
Yep.
Joe Burrow, Stafford.
Yep.
Jared Goff.
Both Mannings.
Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
Both the Mannings. Elway.
yeah, that's it. Kerry Collins was like 5.
Yeah, Kerry Collins wasn't number one overall. Neither was
Drew Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe was number one. Matt Ryan wasn't number one. He was like third. He was like third, I think.
He was third. I didn't say him. And Troy Aikman. So this is John Elway. I said Elway. So there's a handful of them though.
Yeah, number one. So I thought we were talking about first round quarterbacks.
Usually for the top picks though, teams are selling the farm. Because like even Carolina sold the farm to get what's your man? Bryce Young. Imagine if they didn't and they just used those picks to build O-line. Get some other talent. No, I don't think that CJ Stroud on that team would even have made a difference. They got rid of CJ McCaffrey and DJ Moore.
I think it would have been
Right,
better.
but that's why I'm like, I hear you on getting more picks, but if the people making the picks don't know what they're doing, having more of them just means you're gonna have a worse team because they picking more bad players.
You remember, I started it off with you gotta have a competent coach and organization first. Charlotte has none of those. I still don't think they do.
Oh no, they're
do the Commanders.
So I like the GM. He comes from good pedigree, and Dan Quinn isn't no slouch. He led Atlanta to a Super Bowl that they should have won, honestly.
Wasn't his fault. They called the pass when they should have ran the ball.
I mean, but he's the head coach. You don't tell the offensive coordinator at some point, like, let's fucking grind this out.
You know who the OC was, though, right?
Yeah. And they run the ball.
You think Dan Quinn was going to be able to tell that dude to run the ball?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
They run the ball anyway. Shanahan is known for running the ball.
I think Shanahan thought he was too smart, and he was like, I'm going to cinch the game against Tom Brady by calling a play-action pass. And Patriots defense was like, oh, do you? Okay, we'll take this, buddy. We'll take that. So, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he's a good coach. I think once he gets his defensive players, the Commanders' defense will get better. And if the Commanders' defense will get better, then we'll start to see how much organizational, like what their strength is. Because to then be in the like fighting for the division title, they'll need that. They'll need to then hit on free agents. They'll need to hit on developing their draft picks. Like that's the only way to go catch the Eagles and to some degree the Cowboys, but really the Eagles, especially offensively. Like the Eagles are locked in offensively. So how you gonna catch them? You gotta make sure you got a good defense to buy that, or you're hoping that Hurts isn't as good as a quarterback as everyone thinks he is. And if I'm running a team, I don't want to hope that this guy is. That's a terrible fucking strategy. So I
I
think
think they got big problems too.
now I
Yeah, I don't
don't
think the
think they
Eagles
have
as
big
good as
problems.
people think they are.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I think they have one problem that's really easy to fix if they want to pull the trigger. I
Don't say
think
the
they have
head coach. Don't say the head coach.
it's the head coach.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I
I
knew
think
it.
it's a problem. I think it's a problem that everybody on the team is like, all right, we gotta deal with this. But I think it's that. I think it's just really that.
Is ego? What is it?
I think he's trying to show that he is a reason why they're winning. And so he's meddling into everything and thus messing everything up.
I'm like, what's a head coach supposed to do? I just don't think he's that good. I think
Well,
that's what
but
he's going after.
the good head coaches also know I'm not good, not that good. I'm gonna go get these people to do and let them do their job. And if they want to call because here's for me, if they want to call a run on third down, 3rd and 5, then you call a run, which
Mhm.
was what I heard they wanted to do a game against Atlanta. And he was like, no, 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 let's go ahead and call that play action pass. Like, mm. Or if they wanted to call a pass and you're the head coach, hey man, we're the goddamn Eagles. We got the tush push. We just paid Saquon Barkley all this money. Why are we not running the ball? Take 40 seconds off the clock. So
They
either
should have
way you
beat
slice
Atlanta.
it,
I think that's what
if
they're
you're
going to
not
be good this year. It's going to be Saquon. It's definitely going to be Saquon.
well, they need to start actually using them because they
But
should
I
be
mean, shit.
3-0
Well, that one
or
game,
2-1.
what was the one loss? Saquon actually dropped the pass that game. That's what fucked them up.
Bro,
I'm just saying,
don't
they
pass
could
the
have won that game.
ball. Run the
That's
ball. And then you get 4th and 1, you run the ball again. And if you don't get it, they got to go 85 yards in 40 seconds with no timeouts and Kirk Cousins.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't
I get
disagree
that.
with you.
I don't disagree, but still, Saquon dropped the ball.
That's
That's
fair.
what I was going to say. Like for real, we all know he should have caught that pass, and we talking
That's
about
fair.
something completely
That's
different.
fair. Here's the last thing I'll say, and I've already told this to Dre. As we started the podcast talking about, Monday night performances last longer, right? We agree with that? On Monday night, you show the rest of the league we are back running the ball down your throat. It's 3rd and 5. We got 2 plays. We running right at you. I don't care if you know what's coming. We got Saquon Barkley now. We already was a running team. Now we back at it. And instead they showed when it gets tough, we go try to do a play action pass. Even though we're known for the tush push, Kelsey left. Now we don't got faith in that. That to me, that's the bigger thing. Yes, he should have caught it. Cool. From what I hear, all the Giants fans are like, he always drops that pass at least once a game.
It's true.
Turn around, hand him the ball. He was gashing them. And because they put extra people on the line, you get scared. It's nuts time. This is what we here for. This is why we got him. We need 5 yards on 3rd down. Let's go get it. So that's why I'm like, yes, he should have caught the ball, but that's a mentality. That's the mentality. We bring our lunch pail. You come play Philly. We go. It's 3rd and 5. Nah, here we go. We go turn right around. We go run Saquon Barkley, and your big
Mhm.
uglies go bump against our big uglies, and we go see what come with it. And that's to me that fits the city,
Yeah,
right? That's the
who's the
city.
most physical?
Who's the most physical? So for me, yeah, he should have caught the ball, but why are you even doing that? You up. You run the ball down their throats, make them call that last time out. And then even if you don't get it, all right, defense, you go let them go 85 yards in 40 seconds with no timeout.
It's not the same. It's not the same defense. That's the thing. Like they don't have the same pass rush that they did that Super Bowl run. They don't seem to get the same pressure. Offensive line don't seem the same, but they spent all this money catering to the offense, and the offense kind of did its thing, but it was the defense that gave the offense all the opportunities that it had.
Yeah.
Losing Hassan Reddick was big.
Big. And they don't have Fletcher Cox no more.
Or trading Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, that's a weird situation because I mean, he not even
The
playing,
Jets,
so
the
like,
Jets need him bad. They would look way different.
Jets would be scary if they had. I mean, they already got a hell of a defense.
It ain't been looking like it, but if they had him back there, he'd make a difference. When you got somebody that can just get constant or consistent pressure on the QB.
yeah, because they're not going to be Buffalo without a pass rush. Like, I mean, they still might not be Buffalo, but because of Josh Allen. But if you're not constantly in his face, you're not going to force him to make those turnovers.
That's the game this week. They play on Sunday.
No, the Bills play the Ravens Sunday night.
Oh, okay. Are you okay? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up the
I'm
games.
just saying in general.
I mean, you're talking about the Jets. I thought you were talking about the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't have to see Buffalo.
No. Yeah, not the Jets. So
I would say this though, regarding Washington though, like there's been a history of not winning primetime games, and you all beat Cincinnati, which is
funny,
refreshing.
They're 3-0 in their last Monday night games. I mean, if you count that COVID year against Pittsburgh, which was a Tuesday afternoon, they beat Philly 2 years ago. That Monday night, and then
was that when they was undefeated?
when Pittsburgh was undefeated, yeah, Pittsburgh and Philly, yeah, they both were undefeated.
Yeah, I remember when Philly was undefeated.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, definitely a history of shit. Last time 92 against Dallas.
Jay Gruden was known for stinking it up on a primetime game.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, it was Jay Gruden. Now, I tell you one fucking Monday night game I never goddamn forget. Fucking Santana Moss, 14-13. Deep post for like 60 yards with like a minute left.
Is this when Mark Brunell was there?
Yeah,
yes.
Mark
Brunell.
Yeah.
And when Dallas had to punt the ball, I was like, they're about to lose this game. Fuck. And sure enough, that deep post, and I was like, God damn it.
He beat him on two bombs, two post routes, I think, that game.
That was 2005? That was 5.
I think so. I don't know. It was sometime. I think it
was
was 2005.
It was even 5 or 6.
But that was Joe Gibbs 2.0.
That was Joe Gibbs 2.0, yeah. Yeah, that was 05. Because Sean Taylor played that game. Yeah, that was that year.
Best of times, it was the worst of times.
That was a memorable night for me. Always the one. Always the one.
So yeah. We can wrap on this. Who do we think anyone is beating the Chiefs?
Yes. They've been kind of skating. The offense don't seem like it's really been high octane clicking like it's supposed to. Maybe they've decided to change their model up some and rely on the defense more and running the ball. I do like the pickup of Kareem Hunt. I think that they probably should have never cut him to begin with, in my take. But
They had to go.
No, you don't. You don't. You suspend that man, and because the way the news work is people forget about this stuff in a week.
Not then. We wasn't churning news stories out then. That because that was right around the Ray Rice thing, and Ray Rice thing was
domestic violence.
Yeah.
Huh?
He hit somebody, a woman in a hotel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, that was years of the Ray Rice. So it wasn't that long ago, but it was still because
6 years ago.
Yeah, the NFL couldn't do domestic.
Yeah, then it wasn't. Yeah, then it was.
That was before the racism shit, right? That was before racism.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it.
Slap him on the wrist, suspend him, make him go to anger management classes, and keep it moving.
He had to.
Not at that time. Nah.
He had to get the cut. He got to stay in the league because he went
that's
to
my
another
point.
team.
He stays in the league and goes to another team. What's the difference?
That
perception.
Yep.
Yeah, Kansas City had to separate themselves.
Kansas City had to cut. You can't stay winning Super Bowls doing that. It's always gonna be talked about. It's always gonna be on the screen. It's part of the reason that like the NFL, like low key, is happy that Cleveland isn't very good right now, because otherwise they'd have to continue to talk about Deshaun Watson.
They got a bad situation. That's just horrible.
So,
like, what happened to this man?
But I'm back to the original question. I like the Ravens. I think they can beat Cincinnati. Kansas City. I think they could. And then I think even like the first game of the season. I mean, they had a chance to win the game, right? But they went away. Well, not even that they went away from, because Derrick Henry was working early in the game, but I think they're learning how to use Derrick Henry. I think you saw that on Sunday. Like you can't really run him from the shotgun, and you have to feed him. You have to give him the ball, and that's kind of where they were. That's kind of where they went wrong last year in the championship game. Like running the ball. I mean, they got cute, and it was funny. It wasn't, I keep wanting to think Greg Roman, but it was Munchkin. Munchkin. Is it Munchkin?
Nah, it ain't
Not
Munchkin.
Munchkin. It's
Todd
Munchkin.
M.
Munchkin. Todd Munchkin.
Munkin, Todd M.
He just got too cute, and you could see Lamar wasn't comfortable, like from the pot. He was unsure in that game. I felt.
So it hasn't been talked about, and I don't know, but I saw online somewhere that Lamar pulled his hammy in that game early, and that's why all the stuff you saw, the unsureness, the hesitancy, the not running from him, was because he actually pulled his hammy and he wasn't going to come out the game.
Yeah.
That wasn't an option. So
that's why he said,
which my thing is, like, I then go back to the coaching. Like, if he told you his hammy acting up, why the hell are you not handing the ball off to these people that was getting 4 or 5 yards against a team that couldn't stop the run? Like, that was their known weakness. Like, they had L'Jarius Sneed at corner, pass rush. They had Chris Jones to come get you on the pass rush, but lining up and running at them, they was there for the taking if you was good at it.
And they were close to winning. It wasn't like Kansas City ran them off the field. I mean, Zay Flowers doesn't fumble at the goal line.
Yeah. I think they win that game even if he goes down on the 1 yard line, they win that game.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to extend the ball out.
And even on Monday night, I mean,
why.
Lamar missed those two passes in the red zone. It's like, I mean, I think Kansas City, good teams find a way to win, bad teams find a way to lose. And I think Kansas City, because they're from top to bottom, they're A's across the board. Cream always rises to the top. You have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. So
you said Kareem? You said Kareem?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Haters gonna hate if that's what we're talking about. But yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. But Buffalo too. I mean, you got to put Buffalo. I mean, just first 3 games of the season. I think this is Josh Allen. He's won MVP. He hasn't won MVP, has he?
I don't think so.
But he's building his case for MVP this year. I mean, because he does. I mean, the defense is not that good.
But they running the ball more. They running the ball more. And you keep him from.
Trust me, I know. I got James Cook
playing Superman, which isn't winning ball. I was thinking about this because we were talking about quarterbacks. Malik Willis, is this not proof that you could draft a quarterback outside of the first round if you got the structure in place and they can come in and succeed?
No.
What round was he drafted?
He was a second or third round.
He was a second round pick.
Yeah,
second round.
I want to watch.
Here's why I say no.
I like Malik
because LaFleur is calling plays to me like he knows he's only there for 4 or 5 weeks. My thing is, I would be shocked if LaFleur was able to dial up this type of game plan for 17 games when the defenses are also getting tape on you.
Right.
So I feel like right now, cool, he got like maybe 3 weeks of stuff, and then that 4th and 5th week, he gonna be mixing and matching. But I think after that, as they start to get the tape, they'll be like, oh, he can't throw the ball 10 yards. Hey, guys, all come up. Like right now, it's like maybe he can throw it 10 yards, or maybe they can have this trick play. I think there's a limited thing with him. And right now, good coach with LaFleur is getting the max out of him in that 4 to 5 week stretch. But if he had to do a 17-game week, oh no, then because what does he do well? What does he do well?
He's accurate. He has a strong arm. He's mobile. And if you think about it, look at the weapons in Green Bay as opposed to the weapons in Tennessee. Nobody could name 2 receivers in Tennessee right now.
Calvin Ridley
and DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. But he didn't really play with them. So
that's my point. That's my point. Them dudes weren't there when he was there. He didn't play with Ridley.
He didn't really get on the field with D-Hop, did he? He played That was when like it was Tannehill. He played
Last year.
like he played. I mean, how many games he started? He stayed. I thought it was like because
Like 4
Tannehill got
games.
injured. How many?
I thought he saw like 3-4 games.
Did
Well,
he?
no, he started 2 because they had to wait for the pastronaut Josh Dobbs to get up to speed.
And that
But they
offensive
were out on him
coordinator
after
wasn't
1
good
game.
in Tennessee.
I mean, I know he wasn't good, but I just think asking him to start 17, like here's my thing.
For Josh
Usually
Dobbs
you go to a
situation.
small school and then go to a big school. He did the opposite. I worry about guys that signed up at a big school because he lost his job to somebody, and then he went to Liberty. I worry about that. Like you went to Liberty, there's 135 FBS schools. Even if you're not a Power Five school, there's I don't know, I can't think of those schools, but there's other schools to go to before Liberty. To me,
Nobody gave him that bad.
Right. I mean,
I get it, but
Shador went to Colorado. Like, what's
a Power
Colorado?
Five school, a Power Five school. Rashawn
Nobody.
Salam,
They not
Michael
winning. They're
Westbrook,
not
Cordell
winning
Stewart.
anything. They're not winning anything.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about winning, but when you put the tape on and you look at Shador Sanders and he's going against like Power Five schools, like last year they beat TCU, who was just in the national title. Granted, I'm not saying TCU was good. I'm just saying visually, like I don't even know who. Like I know Malik Willis he put up stats, but against who? He was at Liberty. Whereas, like, regardless of even if Colorado doesn't win another game this year, Shador is going to put up stats against Power Five schools that when it comes time to put him in a draft, you gonna be like, oh damn, all right, he was out there balling. Yeah, Colorado might have been some crap, but he was out there balling against top flight competition. Whereas, like you at Liberty, like I don't know who they play, and yeah, he got a big arm, but not big enough. Not Josh Allen big arm, because Josh Allen played at Wyoming and got top 5.
Well, I'm
Mm.
I'm sidelined, but it's kind of hard when you compare the biggest arm to him.
Right.
I mean, he ain't a demigod. Like, well, we were trying to make a human. You know what I'm saying? Like he just that's all
Fair,
I'm saying.
fair, 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 fair.
How many people? How many people you think? I put it like this: Andy Dalton, Pro Bowler, won a division several times. You taking his arm over Malik Willis? And the fact it's taking you that
Do I
long is
want
a
to win
problem.
games, or do I
The
want to
fact it's
win
taking you
games,
that
or
long to answer
are
is
we
a
bringing
problem.
back the quarterback competition? They used to come on ABC where they had to throw the longest arm, or I'm trying to win games.
No, because we were talking about the arm
No, I know.
for these
I'm
guys.
just saying, like
But uh
Red Rifle got an arm to get the job done.
I'm not no, but that Carolina team, I don't know what quarterback goes down there and succeeds. Like Andy Dalton got them something. Okay. Is that going to happen for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks? Well, you were talking about 17 weeks with Malik Willis.
I was just
This
about to say,
Carolina
it's the
ain't
same
doing
thing for
nothing with
Andy
this
Dalton.
dude.
He got
Yeah.
about 2 to 3 more weeks, and the
Okay.
film will come back on him too.
Okay.
Like if you could merge those together, like all right, we take Andy Dalton for 4 weeks, and then LaFleur, can we like get those
Okay.
plays and get Malik Willis down here for 4? You can do that, but yeah, no. Andy Dalton is not about to carry the Carolina Panthers and play as well as he did in that game. He maybe got 2 more weeks of that, and then it's going to be like, oh, that's why you're in your fourth
I
year.
respect that. I
We
respect
would
that.
have said the same thing about Flacco last year.
Flacco played how many weeks in a row? Flacco didn't do 8
Like
weeks.
shit, yeah, he did.
I thought he did like 10 weeks.
Flacco came in early and got them people going.
And then in the
Watson looked
playoffs,
bad for about 4, 5, 6 weeks,
And then
and
got
then
hurt.
they
He got
shut it
hurt about
down.
like week 7 or 8.
and then they tried somebody out because DTR beat the
They
Ravens.
DTR did play.
They played
At
Dobbs.
least I
They
want to say
played
at least the
Dobbs.
last 6 games of the season he played. I
So
want to say
if
that.
it's 6, and then the playoff game, which was an absolute dud, that fits my thing of like,
I mean, that was playoffs.
Flacco played 5 games.
5
Okay.
games.
And
They
what
went to
was
the
and,
playoffs.
and then the
and what was
sixth
his
game,
record?
he
4 and
was a
1?
dud.
I don't know. I'm just looking at stats.
Okay.
So
Michael
he played
Parsons got
5
helped.
games,
Michael
looked
Parsons got
good,
helped off the field.
and um, then he had a dud in the playoffs. Oh shit!
Uh-oh. What happened?
Cowboys
Right,
must not be looking good.
Man, it must not be.
Michael Parsons just got helped off the field.
Oh,
I mean, he walked off, but
But still, yeah.
I mean, it's football.
Yeah.
They like, yeah.
So, I mean, I think the Flacco thing holds true too. Like, look, if you a backup, you got 4 to 5 weeks of getting it good if your coach can scheme you up. And then after that, you hope the starter come back.
You don't think Cleveland, if they'd have kept Flacco and said bye Watson, obviously for financial reasons
No.
they can't do that. But if they'd have
No.
kept Flacco going into the season, you don't think that they would look better than they
No.
do
I mean, they'll
now?
probably look better than now, yeah, but they're not going to look
No, they
playoff
wouldn't.
better.
No. The
They will
reason
look
they
better.
don't look good has nothing to do with Watson. It's more so Nick Chubb isn't there.
Fair.
So if Nick Chubb was there,
That's a good
like
point.
they would look better, even with Watson back there. But like there's no Nick Chubb, and so
That's right.
it looks
That's
terrible. And here's why I say Flacco wouldn't be better. Flacco can't move. At least Watson can get out and scramble and keep some plays alive and
He
do
can't
something
throw
with
the
his
ball though.
legs.
He don't have no accuracy. He
Yeah,
lost
I-
all of that when he stopped getting massages. Like that, his arm and body
Hey,
ain't the
look,
same
I'm
no
not
more.
disagreeing with you there, but
That's called stress. That brother's a massive stress.
yeah.
He'll be all right once he
so
retire, though. Get that money.
Maybe he might keep getting lawsuits coming after him. Who knows?
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but we gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. We
Now, what the
we
main
get
event?
back into. You said
I
what?
thought the Wizards. One of the Wizards. I thought it was gonna be some Wizards talk.
Oh
I'm like, I
my
thought you said
goodness.
something about the
Oh my
Wizards hype.
goodness. Those bums.
See, I thought that's what you said. Didn't say Louis said something about he want to talk about the dampening the Wizards hype? Well, that was the Redskins hype.
He was talking about dampening the Commander site.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The hater. Oh yeah, he wanted to bust the Commanders bubble. No,
Oh, that's what it was.
it's nothing to talk about the Wizards.
It's no bubble.
Okay.
It's no bubble.
All
It's
right,
no
here we
bubble.
go. Here we go.
But since we brought up basketball, I do want to make a quick plug. WNBA playoff semifinals start on Sunday. I think we got the top 4 seeds. So we getting ready to get some good games. We got a rematch of the finals on one side, the Liberty and the Aces. The Aces trying to go for their three-peat. They got unanimous MVP Asia Wilson. And then on the other side, we got Minnesota and Connecticut. Connecticut's been like the goddamn bridesmaid like 17 times. Minnesota's the new squad on the block. So, I've been watching the games have been getting better. The last time we was on here, I told y'all that I said the Olympic break was going to be the best thing for Clayton Clark, and it was. She led her team to the playoffs. We don't got to talk about it now. Probably could talk about it next week, but because we could get more information. I do think she's starting to understand or hear more. Maybe she wasn't hearing it at first. All the shit that's being said to the other players on the court around her. And I think I don't, it looked like again the game against the Sun, she got a fan kicked out for some things that they were saying. So I don't know if that's like her like now that she had to have a break because she went from last year this time all the way through middle of August with no break, just straight playing basketball. But I do think it's going to be interesting to see one, if that is something that continues and how that then plays for her around the league with her own team and then other teams and then getting free agents because she can play. Like she can play, she could pass. And if she's able to then be like, yo, I'm not really trying to bring the negative shit that's coming with all these new fans. Like I'm against that shit too. Like it, I think it would have more of the WNBA players be less standoffish because at the beginning of the season, a lot of them was very, very standoffish to her. So
No doubt.
What's the woman's name that played for Minnesota? I think it was. She's real good. She was like the leading scorer.
who, Nafisha Collier?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Light skinned woman. She
Yep.
was killing them yesterday, getting
Oh yeah, 42.
stupid buckets.
Stupid, yeah. 42. So, and that was after 39 in game one. So in her
Right.
2 games she played those so far, she scored 39 and 42. That's what I'm saying. Like they the young team, they the new team. So Sunday, if you you get bored by the games or it ain't no fun games on, go ahead, pop that on. You see
Skyler
some
plays
good
in Minnesota.
huh?
Skyler plays in Minnesota.
Nah, Skylar plays in Seattle and they lost to
Seattle.
LA.
Okay, okay. I was watching that game the
Yeah,
other day. Yeah.
yeah. That was also a good game too. But thank you fellas for jumping on. I appreciate it. Lots of good talk.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Uh,
Yes, indeed.
you know, Kareem, you're welcome to come back. It was good talk, you know.
Appreciate it.
Yes,
So
Thank
indeed.
you.
we'll
Mhm.
definitely keep in touch. And thank you guys for listening. And until next time, peace.
Hell
Peace.
yeah.